Hey guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Dyslexic Reader. Today I'm doing a book haul just to sort of show you guys what I've got recently and what I intend on reading. 90% I'm gonna say of my books are from the library. I actually buy, I'm all tongue twisted today. I buy books very rarely. It's normally by the bookshop. You're going to get a cattail in a second. There you go. On my head. But today, two of the books I've bought recently, they came in the mail this week, and the rest are, maybe get your tail out of the way. Books I've got this week in the library, just to sort of show you guys what I intend to be reading soon, so you can keep in tune with the channel if you're waiting for reviews and wrap-ups and things. I'm going to start with the two books that I've bought. Just on the top of the pile is the Scandalous Sisterhood of Prickwillow Place. I got this off a recommendation on Richard's channel over at Richard's Book Nook, who I've been following for a long time. He, cat's getting into everything. He recommended this. He sort of talked about what it was about, and I really liked the sound of it. So I haven't started reading it yet, but it sounded really good, so I picked this up. It's basically a sort of Victorian boarding school for girls, and the mistress drops dead, but the girls don't want to go home. They want to continue staying at school. So they bury her in the back garden and pretend like nothing has gone wrong and sort of run themselves. But then they somehow find out that maybe it wasn't just an accidental death but a murder, so they have to try and solve it as well. So it's my kind of thing. Yeah, it was written by Julie Berry. Murder can be truly inconvenient. So that just sounds like a lot of fun. I love murder mysteries, but this is like quite and I like Victorian school, like boarding school things as well. Yeah, so I got this. There's a brilliant website called Aid Books. I think there is an aidbook.com for the US, but I use aidbooks.co.uk, and they do second-hand books at ridiculously good prices, and all the books are checked to make sure that they're of like a high enough quality that someone's going to want them. And like this book is completely fine. Like it's not none of the books are ever dog-eared or anything, but it looks as if someone's like stepped on the side of it. The cat is in everything, really. But yeah, it's like really mucky up the side. Like the pages are pristine, just mucky on the side. So I don't know if that happened before, after they posted the book. No idea. I quite like the cover. It's really pretty. I love this colour. So I'm really excited to read that one. I think I might read it sooner rather than later. I have older books that I bought like maybe a month or two ago. I have still books like I bought in November and October that I haven't got around to reading, because I always go to the library and find like a million things I want to read, and then I always read them first because, you know, they've got to be returned. But I think this is going to come quite highly on my list. Second book, this is the other one I bought. You can't really see it because it's like glossy. It's Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I love the movie of this. If you haven't seen it, it's a Studio Ghibli or Ghibli or however they pronounce it, anime movie. The guys that do Spirited Away and all those things do a Howl's Moving Castle, and I loved it. And then a friend said to me when I recommended the movie to her, "Oh, I think I've read that book, it was really good." And I was like, "It's a book." So I actually have seen the movie of this, loved it. The book seems a wee bit more gruesome. I'll read you the back. In a land called Ingary, where 7 league books and cloaks of invisibility do exist, Sophie Hatter attracts the unwelcome attention of the Witch of the Waste and puts her under a curse. Determined to make the best of things, Sophie travels to the one place where she might get help, the moving castle which hovers on the hills above Market Shipping. But the castle belongs to the dreaded wizard Howl, whose appetite, they say, is satisfied only by the hearts of young girls. Love the movie. This seems bit more grown up, gruesome, I don't know how to put it, than the movie. The illustrations in it are quite creepy. I was just like flicking through this morning to sort of see, do the chapters follow like the storyline that I would know from the movie, and it does seem to. Kind of creepy, but really cool. I don't mind creepy in books. Creepy in books is good. And it does, but it's actually a trilogy because I googled it. So this is the first of the trilogy. Don't ask me what the other two are called because I've no idea. But yeah, it looks kind of interesting. There's Hoyle kissing like some woman's hand. Like the pictures are quite nice. They're just like headers at the top of every chapter. It's not necessarily illustrated. So that's quite high on my list too. So there are the two books that I purchased this week. Excited about both of them. The rest of these are all from my local library. The first is a two-parter. The first book that I read or tried to read in 2017 was The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. The only other Neil Gaiman book I have read was Coraline, which I read a couple of years ago. I'd seen the movie and everything before I read the book. Creeped me out. Loved it. So, was looking for the ebooks that my library provides because I love getting ebooks on my iPad from the library, and I was flicking through sort of like the genres I like and came across this and looked it up, and it was like so well recommended, won so many prizes, and I was like, yes please. I didn't finish it. I couldn't finish it. I was so disappointed. I'll talk about it more in my wrap up, but I just could not follow the story. I had no interest in the characters or anything else. And then I was in the library yesterday and they had the graphic novels version. So it's a 2-volume. I was able to get both, which is really good. I hate it when, or my library, you always go in and you see a series and you're like, yeah, I've been waiting to read that series forever. And they have like 3 and 4 and that's it. They never seem to have one. Sometimes they'll have 2, but they never seem to have like the first 2. They never have the first one, certainly, which is really annoying. But I actually managed, I picked up the second one. First, I just thought they had 2 copies because like where it says volume 1 and volume 2 is so tiny. It's like on the inside and it's minuscule. Like it was so easy to miss. And I picked up volume 2 and I started reading it and I was like, this doesn't even start from the start of the story, because I'd read obviously the first third or so of the book. And then I realised it said volume 2, so. But what's really interesting in this is each chapter is done by a different author, or not a different author, obviously it's based on, it was actually adapted by P. Craig Russell, but it's on Neil Gaiman's book, The Graveyard Book. My computer's trying to check for updates, this is not the time. But each chapter of the book has been obviously done by a different author. So there's like sort of an idea of, you know, there's Silas. It's quite creepy. In parts, but you can see like the characters and sort of colour and shading and stuff. Then there is completely different. That's a different chapter. And it's the same in volume 2. It's all done by different, and then there's completely different again. So it's the one story, but every chapter is done by a different artist. Which I find really intriguing. So I was sitting in the library yesterday waiting for my boyfriend to come and pick me up so we could go home. So I started flicking through this because I was like, I'm not even going to get it out if it seems worse than the novel, because I couldn't even finish the novel. But no, I think it's going to be a lot. I found the trouble I had with it was following the storyline, and I felt like a lot of it was unnecessary words that didn't need to be in there. They weren't helping the story. So obviously the words are cut down on this. It's basically just the dialogue, and with pictures, sort of the ghoulies and stuff are a lot easier to follow, so I've got the 2 of those. I was really excited about this book. This video's getting very long and I realise that, so I'm going to speed it up. The Uncommoners, The Crooked Sixpence by Jennifer Bell. I thought it looked absolutely gorgeous. These library books, they obviously come with the glossy protective cover, so you can't, but then you can never show. I'm going to lift, I have a wee desk lamp here, I'm going to let it down, so maybe take a bit, no, it actually makes it worse. But it's gorgeous, like pastel colours, blue, pinks and purples, like sort of like Van Gogh, Starry Night kind of sky. No, that's not happening, but it looks gorgeous. There's no illustrations on the inside, which is a shame. Welcome to a world where nothing is quite as it seems. A silver bell will tell you the way, a candle's wick will hide you, a crooked sixpence will be the first warning, time is running out. Ivy and Seb Sparrow stumble across something uncommon when they see a feather scratch an ominous message on their grandma's kitchen wall. I'm already hooked. Soon they are lost in the extraordinary world of Lunador, where ordinary objects have amazing power. But where there is power, evil often lurks. And Ivy and Seb must get to the bottom of their family secret before it's too late. Okay, so we've got evil, ominous messages, family secrets. This is my kind of thing. It's quite long. Like, this was in the kids, teen, I don't know. Our library has like the baby books for like 1, 2, 3. That's like all the words in them, right up to like just before YA in the same section. They're all like mixed in. So I'm not really sure what sort of age group this is aiming at, but I'm gonna say like just before like YA, like pre-teen, early teen. The Cat's Back. It's quite long. It's nearly 400 pages, and the text is pretty dense and tiny, so it's quite a long book, but like really excited about this one. Another one from the library, The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. Intrigued more than anything. The book is gorgeous. It's like gilded with blue, so like the pages are fine, but it's just gilded with blue. And it just says in the back, not everyone has to be the chosen one. I actually haven't heard a lot about this on like BookTube or like roundabout, but I know Patrick Ness is like really well thought of as an author. Not everyone has to be the chosen ones. The one who's supposed to fight zombies, or the soul-eating ghosts, or whatever the new thing is, the blue lights with the death. What if you were Mikey, who just wants to graduate and go to prom, before someone goes and blows up the high school again? And what if there are problems bigger than this week's end of the world? You just want to find the extraordinary in your ordinary life, even if your best friend might be the god of the mountain lions. So this seems to be a novel where everyone is the chosen one but one. And sort of, I get the vibe that it's more about finding the extraordinary in an ordinary life rather than trying to have an extraordinary life. But yeah, super pretty, really caught my eye, and when I picked it up I was intrigued. 2 more just to go. I'm going to wrap these up quick. The Secret Life of Daisy Fitzgerald by Tiana Unsworth. Daisy Fitzjohn lives with her mum in a huge and crumbling mansion of Brightwood Hall. Born in one of its many rooms, she has never set foot outside the grounds. Okay? When her mum goes shopping and doesn't come back, Daisy is left completely alone. Then a stranger arrives with a suitcase and a secret that threatens her whole world. So again, I'm a sucker for a pretty book. This really intrigued me. The artwork in it is really cool. Like, it's done in days, so it happens over like 5 days, but every day it's like the cover, but it starts with like barely anything on it, and by the time you get to day 7, so all these like items appear on like the days, like as the story unfolds, and you learn what all these things are. Very cool. And this one I have already read, Jolly Foul Play. I already have a review for this on my channel. I've already finished this one, so I do have a review already up. I put up, I don't even know what the head is anymore. A couple of days ago I put up a review of this book, so if you're interested, go and watch that. And if you're interested in sort of reviews or wrap-ups on any of the other books, then yeah, keep an ear to my channel and just sort of keep an eye on what's going on. Thanks for watching such a long and probably boring video.
4 o'clock.
My computer is speaking to me. Please comment down below. Love chatting to you guys. You read any of these books, you loved it, you hated it, you couldn't even finish it. I don't care. Interested to hear your opinions. Just please don't spoil them for me. Like me on social media, follow me, tweet me, beat me, whatever it is everybody does. And yeah, look forward to chatting to you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!